I mean, I feel like we all have this. Our parents see us in one way. My mom always sees me in a way that I am not, and that person is a person who wears like, a spray painted button down shirt with scenes from Casablanca on it, or someone who has like a saddlebag with many a buckle on it. Like I believe that she got me a saddlebag for Christmas that there were more pockets on this saddlebag, and it looked like it belonged on a horse. Honestly, it looked like it belonged on a horse.
Let's not pretend you don't own a bowling shirt or two, Paul. I mean, I'm sure June has expelled them from the wardrobe now, but that there might have been a day.
Well, I mean,
in the not too distant past.
Yeah, do you know my story about the bowling shirts? Have I already told you the story?
No, but I feel like in my mind I can picture you in a teal and black bowling shirt. Did you have a teal and black bowling shirt at one point?
Well, let me at least extricate myself from being guilty in buying this shirt. Okay. So I took an acting class in New York from this very famed audition director. Everyone's like, you have to take her class. She only comes to New York every couple of, twice a year. Sure. And she was very expensive. And she's going to tell you how it is.
Was this the lady who would say capiche?
Yes.
Oh, she might have been.
I think I also went to this lady.
I've heard many
she would come to New York like twice
a
year. Yeah.
Yes.
And she would tell you who you were. She would say, you are Billy Crystal in City Slickers. And that's who you should be when you audition. Is that right?
And yes. And she would always tell women.
Jessica St. Clair told me about this woman.
Yes. She would always tell women to wear fuck me pumps. That was a very big note. And what she said to me was, you need to wear bowling shirts. That's your thing. Bowling shirts. So like a desperate actor in his early 20s, I bought like 6 bowling shirts and that's what my audition look was. I was the bowling shirt guy. And what bad advice that was.
Did you get
cast? She told me.
No.
All of her casting choices were out of 80s sitcoms. So she was telling
She told me, this is crazy. I haven't thought about this in years. She told me I was Sam Malone. That's what she said for me.
You see? Wow.
I totally forgot about this. She did. She was like, you need to go to auditions. You are Sam Malone in Cheers. And I was like, oh, wow. I never would have thought that.
She gave me a note one time because I was reading a scene from like 2.5 Men, bowling shirt. Sure. And
I think I was imagining Charlie Sheen or John Cryer's bowling shirt when I was imagining your bowling shirt.
So there you go. It was right on.
There you go.
Remember I was
Maybe
reading
she's
the
not
scene,
wrong.
And she was trying to give me so many things. Like, have you ever heard this like thing in acting where they say like, they have like an accent and a limp, and that was the lay that she kind of taught. Like her class, because she's like, all right, so you're auditioning for John Cryer, and she's like, and you got to have like a physical thing too, like maybe you're always itching because you just feel like maybe you got bit by something, or and like so I'm doing this scene and I'm like itchy and like just itching like during the scene, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's these things that you spend so much money on when you are starting out, and you're like, you're right, and then you're going in and you're insane. You're acting insane.
I remember the first audition I went to after seeing her, and the person auditioning me was like, you just have to get rid of everything you just did. Like, that was so, there's nothing in the character description that would describe this. I cannot believe she was the worst. And
all right, you two, this isn't the audition podcast.
Sorry.
This is the advice podcast.
Yes.
Pardon me. But that is, by the way, you have both given incredibly valuable pieces of advice, which is you don't need to put a hat on a hat on a hat. Yeah. Yes. And if it smells like bad milk,
Capiche?
It probably is.
Capiche? And she would also say, take a butt breath. She'd say that
too. Oh, yes. I remember that. All right, yes.
Because she wanted you to breathe and relax while you were in the audition. Is that why?
Hey, what are you going to do when you're in front of Steven Spielberg and he asks you to change something up? You're going to take a butt breath. And I'd be like, okay, what a scenario this is. She was such a hack.
How much were these? I wonder who she was friends with that they hired her for all of you people.
But you know what it is? It's like you're so desperate for someone to tell you something that feels real. and that you just like, so if she's telling you where fuck me pumps, like, of course, that's why I've never gotten anything.
Right,
'Cause I'm not wearing the right shoes. Like, you know, she, I think, created this cult of personality because she'd be like, you're Sam Malone, you're bowling shirt guy. And all we wanted was some validation, some shortcut. And she would give it to you, and that's it.